Today we're taking a look at the Brooklyn Nets vs Milwaukee Bucks match, which is happening on Thursday, June 10, 2021, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. With Harden suffering a right hamstring injury on Saturday after missing time in the regular season with the same injury, the Nets need Durant and Irving to carry them on Thursday as Harden remains out. Jeff Green foot also is out for Game 3. On the boards, Brooklyn is averaging 42.4 rebounds per game with 32.9 on the defensive end and 9.6 per game off the offense. Kevin Durant is the leading rebounder for Brooklyn with an average of 7.3 boards per contest. The Nets have averaged 7.3 steals and 6.0 block shots per game, led by Harden with an average of 1.7 steals and Durant with an average of 2.0 block shots per contest. The Nets have not been careless with the ball as Brooklyn is averaging only 9.6 turnovers per contest. The Nets' offense was dominant in Game 2 as both Durant and Irving scored efficiently and often early while they played with great spacing and ball movement. The Nets simply put on an offensive clinic and played harder than the Bucks on both ends of the court. Joe Harris found his spots as the Bucks defense focused on Durant and Irving, while players like Bruce Brown and Blake Griffin made smart plays without the ball that led to extra possessions on hustle plays and easy baskets on timely cuts. The Nets must continue putting pressure on the Bucks defense by attacking the pressure points. Durant can get to his comfort zone of mid-range pull-ups against the Bucks drop scheme defense when Brook Lopez or Bobby Portis is on the court, while Irving can use his incredible finishing ability to neutralize the Bucks' size advantage inside. The Bucks' loss of DiVincenzo is significant, and the Nets must make the Bucks pay for it by attacking weaker defenders like Bryn Forbes, Pat Connaughton, and Jeff Teague when they are on the floor. Defensively, the Nets must continue playing with a high level of intensity while making a concerted effort to rebound as a team to make up for their size disadvantage inside. During the postseason, Giannis Antetokounmpo is leading Milwaukee in scoring with an average of 24.3 points per game, but the power forward is shooting 50.4% overall and only 12.5% from three-point territory. Chris Middleton is the second leading scorer with an average of 19.3 points per game, but the shooting forward is hitting only 41.2% of his shots overall. Jrue Holiday is leading Milwaukee in assists with an average of 8.0 dishes per contest, but the point guard is shooting only 46.9% overall and 25.0% from long range for an average of 15.2 points per game. While Antetokounmpo must lead the Bucks, Middleton will also need to play well for them to win. However, he has had a horrific series through 2 games as he has made a combined 13 of 43 shots from the field while going 3 of 13 on threes. He must be a reliable second scoring option who provides spacing so that Bucks bigs can take advantage of the Nets on the interior. Milwaukee is averaging 56.3 rebounds per game with an average of 41.8 off the defensive glass and 14.5 per game off the offensive glass. Antetokounmpo is leading Milwaukee with an average of 13.7 boards per contest. The Bucks average 6.0 steals and 3.0 block shots per game, with Holiday the leader in steals with an average of 1.5 per game, and Brook Lopez is the SWAT commander with an average of 1.0 block shots per game. Jrue Holiday will also play a key role in defensively limiting Irving while playing aggressively and getting the bucket offensively. Holiday, like Antetokounmpo, must not settle for jump shots against the Nets and must use his relatively larger frame for a guard to get downhill and into the lane consistently. The Bucks have no business being favored in this game after an embarrassing performance in Game 2, and I love the value on the Nets as road underdogs. The Bucks had no answers for the Nets' offense in Game 2, and even if they do execute at home on defense, the Nets have the unique ability to make tough shots and score anyway with Durant and Irving. Finally, the Bucks simply need to make more shots. The Bucks' three top shooters, Middleton, Holiday, and Forbes, combined to make just 9 of 31 threes in the first two games, as the Bucks have made fewer than 30% of their threes in each of the first two games. These three must lead the way, but multiple secondary three-point shooters like PJ Tucker, Lopez, Portis, and Connaughton must get hot at home for the Bucks to cover against the Nets. The Bucks offense needs to make big adjustments too, and I don't love the value of a Budenholzer team making these key adjustments while betting against Durant and Irving. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Nets plus 3.5. A lot of people said this would be a good series, including me. A lot of people were wrong. The Brooklyn Nets have looked like world beaters in the first two games, completely dominating the Milwaukee Bucks. No James Harden, no problem. The Nets completely embarrassed the Bucks in Game 2, winning 125-86, and the game wasn't even that close. The Brooklyn Nets will look to take a commanding 3-0 series lead after taking the first two games of the set with a dominant 125-86 win over the Bucks in Game 2 last time out. Kevin Durant led the way, posting 32 points on 12 of 18 shooting with 4 threes and a team-high 6 assists, while Kyrie Irving added 22 points on 9 of 17 shooting with 4 threes and 6 assists as well. Joe Harris and Bruce Brown each had 13 points, and Mike James added 10 points to cap off the scoring in double figures for the Nets in the win. Blake Griffin also had 7 points with a team-high 8 rebounds as well in the victory. Kevin Durant leads the Nets in scoring and rebounding so far in the postseason with 32 PPG and 7.3 RPG, while Kyrie Irving has 24.4 PPG and 6 RPG, and Joe Harris has 14.1 PPG as Brooklyn's third scorer, averaging double digits this postseason. As a team, Brooklyn is averaging 124.6 PPG on 50.6% shooting from the field, 46.6% shooting from three-point range, and 90.2% from the foul line, while allowing 110.6 PPG on 45.3% shooting from the field and 31.3% from three in their last 5 games. The Nets shot 52% from the floor and made 21 three-pointers. Kevin Durant has been the best player in these playoffs. He poured in 32 points with 6 assists. He had 4 three-pointers. Kyrie Irving added 22 points with 6 assists, while Joe Harris and Bruce Brown had 13 points each. Harden remains questionable for Thursday. Is it a case of the Nets being that good or the Bucks being that bad? Maybe it's a combination of both. Here's the thing: the Bucks have been terrible. Their defense has not offered any resistance to the Nets, who seemingly score at will. And their offense has been terrible. They shot only 44% from the floor and 29% from three-point range. The Milwaukee Bucks will look to get back into the series after falling behind 2-0 after their loss last time out. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the team with 18 points, 11 rebounds and 4 assists, while Chris Middleton came right behind with 17 points. Drew Holiday added 13 points, while Brook Lopez and Bryn Forbes each had 10 points to round out the scoring in double figures for Milwaukee in the loss. Antetokounmpo leads the Bucks in scoring and rebounding with 24.3 PPG and 13.7 RPG, while Chris Middleton has 19.3 PPG with 7.5 RPG, and Brook Lopez has 15.3 PPG with 6.3 RPG. My second betting advice for that game is to pick under 234.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.